Okay, so I've turned everything off, and we're going to get back with our probes here. Now, I've labeled this one as what I want. This is positive, this is negative. These are supplying voltage to the heater on the oxygen sensor. So what I'll do is I'll put these together. I know this is what these two connections back here are the ones that I want to measure for resistance to see if the heater's any good. So we're going to come back and get you the multimeter, and then we're going to turn that to ohms. Book says that if this is cold, which it is, this should measure 3 to 5. And you know, you just have to touch them on here. There's no voltage going through here at all, so you're not going to damage anything by screwing up. Oh, that's nothing. See, now that's bad. It's not supposed to be that way. Yeah. So this was supposed to be 3 to 5. Unfortunately, it's 0, which is wrong. And I'm guessing that means that I do need to replace this thing. Which is cool because now I know. However, it sucks because it becomes a not so informative video. So I'm going to stop here a second and think about how I can salvage this whole experience. Okay, well, I figured it out. And I'm not going to salvage the experience. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this together and pretend like this thing was fine and make this a much shorter video. So we're going to plug this here again. This is the faulty oxygen sensor. I do not have a replacement right now. I'll be ordering one, and that'll be very exciting. My mileage I've heard, may it increase or it may decrease. I don't even know, but it'll be better. All right. And I'll get better drivability, that's for sure. This thing kind of chugs along a little bit sometimes. So the way that I would have tested this if everything else, if the heater was fine, which it's not, what I would have done is run the vehicle and then tested the signal and return wires, which is testing the actual oxygen sensor element. The element needs to be heated up to, I think it's like over 300 degrees by the heater side before the signal return side is going to work. So the heater needs to work for that to work. Unfortunately, on this oxygen sensor, that's not going to work, so this isn't going to work either. But if it had, I poked around here a little bit, and the way to test this is to test it in car while the vehicle is functioning. You would need to change this guy to voltage. And then these would need to go into the signal and return lines, which I've labeled, and hopefully you can see it's these two guys to the far side of the plug as I've got it. So you would need to stick these into the back of it and measure voltage while the car is running, and maybe you want to accelerate or decelerate, or bring the RPMs up or down on the engine, or you'd want to maybe open up a vacuum line to lean out the mixture a little bit and change your numbers and see that they go within specs. This plug does not allow me to directly contact the metal parts of this wire. This white cap on here will come off, and what I can do is pull this out of the way and then push these probes down into here. This is probably a silicone. This blue. Ooh, look at the zoom. Very exciting. And we'll find the focus. You suck. Come out a little bit here, see if it'll find it. Yeah. This blue stuff under here, underneath the cap, is a softer silicone. And if you stick your probes right into that, you can get the metal. Now, how I know that I was able to do that was by pushing these guys in here. This is the positive and negative for the heater. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it there. We're going to change, that's on voltage. We're going to come back out so you can see the meter. And then I'm just going to turn the car, I'm going to turn the electrical system on. I'm going to just turn the key on, and that voltage should come up because I've got contact through that plug. Well, yeah, that voltage should have come up because I have contact through that plug, and it didn't happen, which sucks. So we're going to just figure out what happened. Fun fishing around. Oh, this shit worked earlier. What's the matter with you? Oh yeah, excuse me, I've got these connected wrong. So it's negative, that's a negative 12 volts because I've got the I should have this one over here and the red one on that side. Whatever, we're gonna live. So that's how I would have tested it had this oxygen sensor been any good. I'm not testing this oxygen sensor because I know it's crap. So we're just going to find a new oxygen sensor, and we're going to win there. This has been a 1998 Ford Escort wagon with the induction 2.0 liter 4-cylinder whatever. Your vehicle may be similar, maybe not, but hopefully this is helpful. All right, good afternoon.